Okay, this video is going to show you how to get your fast forward Keynote from Keynote into iMovie and then add music to it, and it's going to be the music that you made in GarageBand. So the first thing we have to do is make sure your Keynote is finished. I'm going to use Josh's for an example. Now Josh already has all of his transitions and his actions, so he's ready to go. The first thing he needs to do once he's got everything done with his Keynote is record it. We're going to turn them into a video, and someone's going to be watching it like it's a video. So we have to tell the Keynote how fast it needs to go with all of your actions. So we're going to go to File, Record Slideshow, and it's going to come up just like we're previewing it, and we're going to click through it at the speed we want the viewer to see it. So this slide was pretty simple. They had plenty of time to read that. The next slide is going to be longer. So I'm going to be reading it in my head, clicking along. Now that we have a paragraph, I'm going to let it sit a little bit longer. Make sure the reader has time to read it. Alright, now that they've had time, I'm going to let it move on. I'm just clicking through it. That was cool. I'm going to give a little bit more time for the reader to read this paragraph. You don't want it to be too long, but you want it to be enough to read. Okay, so now I went ahead and I finished recording Josh's Keynote. So now the timing is recorded, and I need to export it from Keynote. Right now it's a Keynote file. If you look up here, you see .key. That means it's a file that will open in Keynote or in PowerPoint. It's just a slideshow, but we want to turn it into a movie, so we're going to have to export it. So to do that, we're going to go to Share, Export, and at the top you should have QuickTime selected. If it's not selected, go ahead and select it. Where you see Playback Uses, make sure it says Recorded Timing. That means it's going to keep, when you just recorded your slideshow, it's going to keep that. Format, medium is good. Make sure that you do not check Include Audio, because whatever was going on in the background of the room while you were recording it, you don't want to save that. You just want the visual. We're going to add music to it later. Include slideshow recording. That's the only thing you should have checked here. And click Next. Save As. I'm going to keep it as Josh Rome Future, but I'm going to say from Keynote, so that when I go look at my files, I know that this is the one that's coming directly from Keynote. Let me go ahead and hide my doc so that we can see the very bottom of my screen. I'm going to choose Export, and you'll see that as it's exporting, it's going through and it's doing the recording that you set up. Now it's going to go faster than you did it, but it's still exporting at the right speed. It's just how it exports.